to my lab. Today, we're going to find out what you can do with a bunch of spare parts of a Nerf gun. No, just kidding. We're not dealing with this. Instead, we're dealing with the shell of a Nerf gun. Particularly the shell of a Nerf gun and parts of a camera and the tail mast of a helicopter. I have here the M89 plasma pistol, built out of the case of a Nerf Night Finder pistol. But sadly, the nice thing about the Night Finder, which would be the laser, has been disabled on this because the last switch I had that would work kinda melted. Completely unrelated to electrical force. I tried to do some test firing on this earlier today, and I seem to keep running into air, so unfortunately in this video there will not be any footage of it firing. However, I hope in the future either this or my other gun I'm working on, the m69 was now designated, which you may remember as the gun on the tripod in my previous video, will hopefully fire. I'm still working on parts for that. Anyway, there's not terribly much to this particular gun. See, it is a case of a Nerf gun. I decided to alter it a little. Towards the back, I cut a little bit of notch out. On here, I took out the clip for the extra Nerf darts, which is what this thing is. Okay, so that one over there, right here. And I installed this new barrel in here, which is complete with the cap on the end, about 9 inches long. It should be fairly high accuracy, despite the fact that it's a smooth bore. And for the record, I am not pointing my face towards the gun, as many in my last video thought I was. The power is coming from the 2 AA batteries and the grip, as would power the laser. However, I cut the cables, I sent power to the circuit in here. This is out of a disposable camera. You can kind of see a little bit of the cable hanging off there and some sticking on the bottom. Now that power will then be boosted up to very high voltage. It goes in this 330 volt DC capacitor and be sent directly to the trigger, which used to operate the laser sights. Unfortunately, it has a nice mechanical switch in there. Power then is sent to this chamber I made here out of some plastic and some great stuff foam, of all things. See 2 electrodes sticking out there. And I just want to have a piece of propellant with me. The steel wool, of all things. In a bag, I also have some aluminum balls that should work nicely in it. I was originally going to test that today. Get this cap back on. Because of the way this cap used to work, it's a little hard to get in and out. There's a little trick to it. It's gotta lift one side in first, and push the other side in most of the time. There we go. Now, once I do get this thing to fire, I'm obviously not going to want to have a pain in the Sarin Nerf Yellow. I mean, that is just not very good for a gun, and it may result in lawsuits, which are not fun. So, I plan on keeping the free color paint scheme, but all parts that are yellow, I will paint black, similar to this. However, it'd be hopefully a different shade of black. And also, I'll have to put probably a guard on the front here where this capacitor is, not only to protect the capacitor, but also to not show the red light as badly. Since this is out of a disposable camera, there is a light to show how it works. I found that when I was testing over, there were some weird effects. For example, this battery here. The normal AA, let's see if I have another one. Here, this one work. See? Can't peel the casing or wrapper off. Pull this one out of my gun. The thing was burning hot, and I was able to pull off the wrapper with ease. Not good. So I have a few electrical errors to sort out with this thing. But once I do, it's going to be a 10mm which should pack a pretty good punch. And for those of you who don't know what 10mm converts to a standard, it is a .40. So it's bigger than a 38, bigger than 9mm, but still smaller than, say, a bull of 1911. Stay tuned for more videos.